Do you get a pressure ever to, because you can write, not to waste your time on anything else? I mean, writing is generally taken to be the most serious talent a person can have. And if a person can write, as you can, seriously if you want to, or funny if you want to, do you ever get this pressure of why do you fool around with movies or music or any of that from other people? Or even from yourself? You should just write?
Well, you do it because you get away from writing. It's real tough to write. Because when I wake up in the morning and I have to write something, I have to lock myself in the room, in my office or my bedroom or wherever it is I like to write. I like to lie in the bed and write. Now you know. And with a pencil.
Yeah.
And you do it alone, you know what I mean? And the maid will slip a sandwich in at about 12:30 in the afternoon, you know what I mean? And that's the sum total of my social activity when I write. But when I do a movie, I get a chance to, or a play, I get a chance to meet people, and I can cast, and attractive women come in and audition, and I meet camera people and look through cameras and travel, and, you know, it's real depressing.
What can you make the most perfect? This is sort of a dumb question, but I mean...
A blonde.
No, I don't mean in that, I meant in that area. I mean, I always have a thing when I see something that I think is perfect, like a Bergman film or a short story by Gene Stafford, or, you know, it can be in any field. Something that's just, the person just got it perfect, and it's a frustration that I have because there's no way in this mixed up kind of job that I do to ever feel like you've actually had the time to work out anything just the way you want it, every frame of a film being perfect, every word of a short story or whatever. Do you get that more in writing than you do in making a film?
Well, I go for it more in writing, and see, I like my movies to be sloppy. If you've seen Take the Money and Run and Bananas, I like them to look real sloppy, you know, where nothing matches and jokes come in from left field, and you know, where it should look like a rough chair instead of a nice Louis XIV chair. You know, I mean, I want it to look real sloppy is what it is. Whereas when you write something, if I write something for the New Yorker or for a magazine, you want it to be perfect. And it's easier to make it perfect because it's so small. You know, you can just cuddle it and fondle it until it becomes sweet.
Do you ever get into this kind of argument as to whether the movies are an art or not? Do you think that a masterpiece by Bergman can be compared to a masterpiece by Picasso, and then that kind of boring argument? Yeah,
I do get into those boring arguments, and yes, I do think it, though. I do think that films are an art, and that there are a few films that are really artistic and rank with the greatest masterpieces in any other art form.
What would be three of those?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
The Seventh Seal by Ingmar Bergman, I would say, is a great picture, a great artistic picture. I think La Ventura by Antonioni is a great picture. And there's one Andy Hardy film that...
I asked Orson Welles that question. Grand Illusion was a
great
one.
film. Grand Illusion was a great film.
Yeah. When I asked Welles that, he named two movies, one of which was Grand Illusion, and he named another one, and then we were rushed. He knew that the camera that was going to go commercial, and he said, and something else.
Yeah, something else?
And film buffs went out looking for this movie, Something Else, for weeks. They thought, the way he said it, it came out as a title.
Right. Something Else, a film by Francois Truffaut.
Right, yes, with Claudia Obginale.
Yes.
There's a bit of film that we have of one of your films now, and it's from your first movie, Take the Money and Run.
Right. After mentioning these great films, you know, I hate to show this, but it's wry in its intent, and it's an interesting little piece of film from Take the Money and Run.
Okay.
And that's all.
Let's take it and show it.